tennis players, the Tennis Parents Players Association, yes, that's an umbrella body for parents of young tennis players, is set to organize a tournament to help young tennis players in the country earn ranking points, of course, which will help them launch a professional career in the future. And of course, the man behind that project is Mr. Segun Aluko. He joins us on the show this evening to shed more light about the TPPA's program for young tennis players in Nigeria. Mr. Segun, welcome to the show. We're pressed for time, but we can quickly do this quickly to talk about what the TPPA is doing for young tennis players in Nigeria. Let's start from the event starting this weekend. What should we expect from the TPPA event this weekend in Lagos?
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much for having me despite the tight timing. The idea of this weekend basically is to engage the children while the school is in session. Schools are in session, so we try to organize weekend tournaments to ensure that these kids they're kept fresh, so they're not match rusty. So we organize a tournament for them Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It's actually a ranking tournament. When they play, they also earn points. So it gives them an opportunity to remain fresh, to compete, and have some fun, and to also ensure that they do not lose out on academic activities.
Absolutely. Let's talk about the success stories so far. I know these UTR ranking events, you've had a couple of them before now. How successful and what success are we seeing, so far?
Well, seriously, we are beginning to see some very exciting development. We've done one very commendable UTR tournament that was during the summer holidays, and I can tell you that a good number of our players are beginning to receive emails from schools abroad, from high schools, asking them to discuss opportunities for scholarships. I think UTR ranking gives them that exposure for them to be able to be seen globally, and the rankings and the number of points you amass while you are here is equal to any number of points you earn, any UTR point you earn all over the world. So it's an opportunity for our kids to play tennis and earn good points. So we're making good progress, and we're really looking forward to the weekend edition of the tournament.
All right, before we let you go, Mr. Aluko, let's talk about the surfaces and what these players will be exposed to during the weekend tournament. We know the last one you had it on the clay surface. Are we also doing clay this time around? And what are the technicalities that these young tennis players will be exposed to when they come for these tournaments?
Yes, the first time was the clay one. Now we're also doing clay, and most of these kids haven't played clay in a long time. I think the last one we had was the first clay tournament I know about in the last decade for junior tournaments that has that kind of wide attendance. So it's still clay. It's 3 days on clay, and it allows them to also, clay is actually very good for developmental tennis because you're compelled to rally longer. It helps your footwork. And of course, also helps your resilience. So it's actually good. We're still going to do clay. And after this, the next tournament will be coming at about midterm, and that's going to be a hardcore tournament. So it's a continuous set of tournaments that we have arranged for these kids.
Well, thank you so much, Segun Aluko, for joining us. Let me just ask you this, just one. Roger Federer is gone, Serena Williams is gone. What's the next big thing in tennis we should look out for? Just one word.
We're all keeping our fingers crossed. By a lot of other key players are coming up.
Are we looking at Carlos Alcaraz?
Alcaraz is out there too, so we're a lot of excitement, a lot of talkers. And I'm sure you guys the kids have been around too. It's very and cool. They won't just go without giving these boys a fight. Let's keep your fingers crossed.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Mr. Segun Aluko, President of the Tennis Players Parent Association, live on TVC Sport Desk. All right. Thank you very much for joining us.